Today, the novel coronavirus COVID-19 has become a global pandemic, with indicators that confirmed cases will continue to increase within the United States for a while. Nobody knows exactly when the pandemic will end or how long the economy will continue to be affected. It's important to take stock of your financial well-being now. I have a few goals for you. First, recognize the factors affecting your income and your ability to work. Organize and prioritize the upcoming bills over the next few months. Consider choices which can lower your monthly payments. Share exactly enough information to take advantage of forbearance programs. And where there are no forbearance programs, negotiate payment arrangements with your smaller creditors, landlords, and utilities. Finally, I want you to be able to locate more information on unemployment benefits in your state and some of the resources available to you to help you through this crisis. Millions of people are currently laid off from restaurant, hotel, tourism, and travel industries, with many more in other sectors being laid off as well. People are being asked to self-quarantine for 2 weeks or longer, and with the US government's guidance to avoid leaving home, businesses are closing or losing traffic, and people across the nation are losing their jobs or seeing severe reductions in income from tips, commissions, and sales. Even if you have cash on hand right now and some savings, it's important to document some of your concerns and prepare for difficult financial choices that you may have to make. The important thing as you're making these decisions is to remember that you still have bills to pay. It's important to prepare for the worst and make decisions on where you can make cuts. You do have resources though, some cash you might have in savings, community food banks, local churches, and nonprofits are all there to help people who are hit financially. When it comes to your debts, it might be easier to think the credit card company just doesn't care. They want their payment on the due date in full or else. The reality is that your lenders, landlords, utility companies, and leasing companies don't want to lose a customer, and they don't want you to go bankrupt. You can't pay them if you have no money left. It costs a lot of money for an auto loan service to get a new customer, and it costs a lot of money for a landlord to evict somebody. It's in their business interest to work with you, and many businesses are already taking those steps. But that's the mindset that you'll need to take in case they haven't already taken those steps. Before you just start calling everyone though, make sure that you can prioritize. Write down all of your bills and monthly payments on a piece of paper and organize them from the highest priority to the lowest priority. This doesn't necessarily mean that the most expensive things will be up top. These can be things like your rent or your mortgage payment, your car note, utility bills like electricity, gas, internet, student loans, credit cards, even services like your phone bill, Netflix, Hulu, or a monthly car wash subscription. Decide what you can do without for now, and try to eliminate that from your list or cut back on it. Maybe you can downgrade your cable service or lower your cell phone data usage. Can you reduce your electricity bill by using off-peak hours to wash dishes and do laundry? Once you've cut back on everything you can cut back on, take a look at that list again. If you can afford it, fantastic. If it still might be a little difficult, like it will be for many Americans in the coming months, it's all right. You just need to call the companies. Some companies and utilities already have policies in place for people affected financially from COVID-19. Some haven't been able to respond yet, and they're putting the pieces together. It's still important that you share with them that you're having difficulty. Be honest and be direct about your concerns when you're talking to your utility companies and your housing company. For example, my employer's closed the office due to COVID-19 and I'm worried I won't be able to pay by next month. What should I do? There are a few important parts to that script. You've been financially impacted by the novel coronavirus or COVID-19 outbreak, and you're asking for their recommendation instead of proposing a solution to them. That second part really is instrumental to making sure this works with a smaller company. You're asking for their recommendation. Now, you are negotiating. The company or utility may say that they're working on a plan and will reach out. They may have a specific plan in place to help people that are affected that's just not posted online yet, or they may not have a plan and need to work directly with you. Remember, they want to keep you as a customer because you will pay your bills when you're able to. Ask if there are penalties or fees, and ask if the company will be reporting anything negative to the credit bureaus. Your student loan servicer, credit card company, leasing company, or mortgage company may even offer forbearance. Forbearance allows you to defer making payments, but usually interest will accrue in the meantime, which can increase your loan balance. Ask the lender if they can waive interest during that time. While you want to definitely make sure that you are open and honest with the companies, it's probably not the best idea to promise that you can pay them next month or the month after. Remember, everything's somewhat uncertain right now. Conventional business wisdom tells us that in negotiating, the first person to speak loses. That's why you want to let them make the first offer. Also, make sure that you take notes during your call. Your notes can help you make a plan for who to pay, how much, and when. Your credit card company may even offer to defer your payments without interest, but maybe it's not for a full month. Keep track of your new due dates as they come up to make sure you can meet your obligations. Now, I use the word obligation on purpose. Remember that you are obligated to pay your bills. In reality, you're just asking for a favor, or you're asking for someone to be courteous to you during a little bit more difficult time. It should go without saying that even if your credit card company does defer your payment for another month, and maybe they even don't charge you interest, you shouldn't go spending unnecessarily just because of that. You will still owe that money, and you'll just owe more at that point. Just know that through this, you are not alone in having difficulty. Again, millions of Americans have already been laid off, and we might see that number increase substantially over the coming weeks. There are resources to help people make it through this. Check your city website, county website, state, and even the federal websites to see if there are any programs offered in your area for relief. You might be eligible to collect unemployment due to loss of work. And when you are calling companies, I've made a small collection of sample scripts that you can adapt for your own use at preshiftlearning.com. Thank you for taking some time to put yourself in a better position financially to make it through this fast-moving time of uncertainty. The more that we work together as a nation, the less this will negatively impact us as a whole. Remember to have compassion for others, offer help where you can, and ask for help where you need it. My name is James Barasa. Thank you.